Yep.
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 Thank Mike.
You think, Mike?
My constitution is not correct. It's bugged. It won't go back to 16. It keeps staying at 15.
Mine too.
If I hover over it, it'll show 16.
Because you're not modifying it in the right area.
Gotcha.
It's in here. Oh, no, in here. Wait, stop it. All right, do you see the attribute options?
Attribute options, yes.
Do you see your constitution?
Yes.
Fix it there.
Gotcha. Boop.
Okay, if everybody's back, let's resume.
Okay, so did I'll ask the incubi real quick. Did the deceased have a name or something that we can call him other than the deceased to save time?
You may refer to him for what he was, a red Abishai.
The deceased it is.
The
Uh-huh.
deceased it is. And he was upstairs in private conference.
Who?
The deceased.
The deceased visited many areas of the mansion.
Well, who was the last person to see him alive?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah,
The Yuan Ti claims to have been the last man with him as he perished. But no story here is verifiable of truth. That is why we brought you. Impartial arbiters of justice.
Okay.
Is there anyone among the guests who may have had a relationship with the victim?
The Abishai arrived alone. In fact, the only members who arrived more than alone are the Gith. Each guest was entitled to bring one other, but only the Gith chose to do so.
Okay, so the young Gith is still with us, correct?
I don't know. Is the young Gith still with the group?
He was following us earlier. I don't see him now.
nope.
I guess he may have gone back to his commander.
Or he's murdering Udnar.
That's possible.
Many things could be happening. He could be dead.
Okay, so maybe we should talk to the Yuan Ti and then the Gith commander.
Sure.
I guess so, considering he's right here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead and do this conversation then. Noodles, as you pray and seek guidance and acceptance in the ability to do what it is that you seek to do, there is a soft knock at the door. Before you are given the opportunity to answer, in slips a yellow-skinned man. Matching. He was there whenever you entered the domicile or the mansion itself. He enters quickly and shuts the door behind him. This is your cue to go.
This is my cue to go.
No, it's mine.
Yeah.
Oh,
Pardon the intrusion. I needed to
Molly,
speak with you with
shut-
something.
oh, and who might you be?
Well, my name is Tropos. I needed to ask you something.
Okay.
The little one that came with you, was her name by chance Petalin?
So at this point you realize that everybody I came with me was smaller than me. So I will just say you have to be a little more specific.
The half gnome?
Uh,
The tiniest one.
you know what? I'm not gonna share that information. I'm just gonna be like, I don't actually know what her name is. What is it to you?
Alright.
There's no reason why I would
I'm
trust you.
actually gonna roll insight on that.
And go ahead and roll deception for me, Udanar. This will be a straight
okay.
up.
Do you want this to GM or
Yes,
public?
yes. To GM. You know he's lying.
I do not mean any harm to you or your friends, but please answer the question and I will answer and help in any way I can.
Okay, sure. That name means something to me, and it might be hers. What do you need?
I need your guys' help.
That's
So-
very vague. So what is it that you need?
The real Tropos is dead. I killed him. And assumed his look. However, my disguise will eventually run out. And they will find me. And once they know who I am, they will undoubtedly blame me for the murder. And kill me.
Are you the murderer?
I am not.
Then who are you, if you are not the name you gave me to begin with, or the murderer?
My name is Zeph. Anything more than that, I can tell you once we're out of here. But please, I need you and your friends' help.
How shaken does he look?
He looks nervous.
Nervous?
Yeah.
I've no place in our group to allow strangers into it. However, I will promise you that we can get you together and we can have a discussion.
That will do.
Okay. What do you need?
Can you gather them together?
Yeah, probably. Okay, first of all, this intrusion, did I get the thing I need mechanically from this hour?
It has not been an hour.
Okay.
It's been about 15 minutes.
Oh, in that case, you can hide and wait. Otherwise, no.
I can't do that. I only have 45 minutes left. My disguise.
I call for a servant.
Okay. One appears.
Please fetch the group I traveled with to me.
Okay. He bows and says, "Very good, sir." And so a servant appears before the group, before you can go to the UNT, and says, "The tallest of your order does request your presence immediately."
It hasn't been an hour. What is this?
He may have found something.
Ooh.
In a dark room by himself?
Maybe he had, I don't know, some kind of inspiration from his coin or something.
Maybe he had a cantrip that was able to allow him to look mechanically through darkness.
Whatever. Let's just go see what he wants, and then we can come back and talk to our witnesses.
So everybody's gonna go to Noodles.
Yep.
All right, you
Yep.
arrive where Noodles is. Now everybody's seen the big one that I showed before as well.
Oh, you're here too. We have some questions for you as well.
Huh?
Go ahead. I will help in any way I can.
First
Oh,
off, why
wait.
were you following us?
I was following you because I needed to speak to you all.
So at this point, I'll say, so he's the reason why we needed to gather here. Apparently, his name is Tropos, and he's in trouble.
I nod, and I look at Petalin and say, "Your name is Petalin, correct?"
I'm gonna squint at him and be like, yes. Why?
I've heard about you through my college. I'm looking for Chain.
Oh.
We might be able
Shit, the
to
portable
make that
hole's in the
happen.
coat closet.
Well, we know where he is, but
That's
why
great.
are you looking for him?
I was told that he might be able to help me find out something.
I call
However,
the
that
servant.
is not important right now,
Okay, a servant appears.
and I stop talking.
I hand him my 33 ticket. In my belongings, there is a small black cloth. Could you please bring that to me?
All right, he comes back with a 35 in the portable hole.
I'm gonna toss the portable hole in front of him. Say you can ask your questions there.
Are
What
you
is
sure
this?
it's wise to start showing him our things? And I kind of give the madam a look. Like,
There's like 20 crossbow bolts
don't let
in
him
there.
We
Isn't there a shit ton of treasure in there?
We
There
have
is a
magic items in there.
Isn't a chest?
I mean, I'll look in there if you
We
guys want me
We
to.
don't know what this guy wants. We don't even know if he's telling the truth. You're just gonna show him shit like this?
apparently Madame Beldams thinks it would be funny for him to discover the corpse.
Yes.
I mean, it kind of would be.
Alright.
All right, so
So,
Tropos,
yeah.
you look within the portable hole and you can see the corpse of an Ergonasi.
And a bunch of treasure and a
Yeah.
bunch of items.
Yes.
Well, what does this have to do with Chain?
We'll tell you that later, but we have some questions for you. And I kind of
I'll
Weird
close up the
group.
portable hole.
Okay.
Go
First
ahead.
off, why were you following around the deceased earlier this evening?
He
I had
wasn't?
heard that-
Oh, no, sorry. He was. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah. I misunderstood what she said.
He had a sigil on him. And I wanted to know more about it.
A sigil on his chest, maybe?
Yes. I heard something about the House of Scales. It's actually the reason I'm here. And why I killed this Gith.
Are you looking for the House of Scales?
I am.
Really, he just told you that he killed
Yeah, I know.
himself.
That would only make sense to Nar.
Yes.
You killed you?
Oh, right. I was following this Gith. The one that stands before you was named Tropos. But I killed him and assumed his appearance.
Then who are you really?
Why?
My real name is Zeph. Anything else I can tell you once we're out of here. But I'm in a bit of a time crunch, because this disguise will wear off in less than an
And
hour.
what happens to you once the disguise wears off?
Well, once they realize what I am, they will immediately blame me. Or, if not, outright kill me for going into the house uninvited. And that will be the end of it.
Well, then why did you come here uninvited?
To investigate the man with the scale sigil on him.
Do you know who killed him?
I do not. However, my commander suspects the host.
What
Well,
motive
if-
would the host have to kill this man?
I do not know.
How are you able to kill Tropos?
I was staying in the city named New Atnos, and I saw them.
You saw the gift,
Yes,
and you knew they were
And-
coming here?
I overheard their plans. But please, I do not have a lot of time for these questions. I will help you in any way I can to get this murder solved. But if we do not solve it before the hour, I will die.
Well, since you broke my plan, let me go talk to the body, I guess, now. Do you all
Okay,
agree?
so you want to go?
Well, let's
you want to go
not
talk
forget
to the?
that we have the hole, and we can just put him in it.
How long can
How
you
long
hold
can
your
you hold your
breath, Gith?
Let's see.
1 second.
The
let's see,
real
5
chain
e-
would have been fine.
What's
Oh,
the normal amount of time?
Hold on. Da.
I think it's 1 minute per constitution.
Number of minutes equal to 1 plus Constitution modifier.
2 minutes?
1 plus con mod. Yeah, you can hold your breath for 2 minutes.
2 whole minutes.
Let's call that
Well, there are
plan
10
C.
minutes of air in there.
Yeah.
So our 6 hours just went down to less than 1?
Well, for
If you
this
wish
guy.
to save me, that is correct.
Yeah.
The guy that knows your name.
Did you have a third character made?
Wow.
Can't say I did.
Okay.
We're gonna go talk to the body.
Yeah, so as a group I didn't agree to anything yet with him. We're gonna help him? As a group?
To the best of our ability.
Yeah, okay.
We'll try to help you, but we can't assure your safety. We'll try to solve this in enough time to leave here, but
That's
Yeah.
all I
Our
ask.
priority has to be to come up with a solution to this mystery so that we don't get killed.
yeah, we're gonna protect ourselves first.
I mean, for harboring somebody that snuck in here, I think we're just as guilty. I don't think...
We haven't snuck anybody in here.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out the truth. We are
Yeah, we
impartial.
didn't sneak him in here.
We have plausible deniability.
Alright.
If it comes down to it, it's 4 of us for our words against one. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna talk to the body now.
Okay.
Udinar, how much information can you get from a dead body?
What a weird question. Oh, so I'll explain to them
Shoe
that.
size.
What's that?
Shoe size.
Yeah, I mean, I'll explain to them that
Physical.
it's basically
Yeah.
like a real chore to break that barrier between life and death. So talking with them,
It's a real chore.
talking with them, I usually can only get maybe 4 or 5 questions, and yeah,
Should
probably
we,
not much more than that.
Should we plan out what we intend to ask prior to casting the spell?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, we should ask where he died, for one, because we suspect it wasn't in the cellar.
Right.
I'm also going
ask-
to let you guys know that talking with the dead, it must be something to do with death, that they kind of lose all semblance of specificity when you ask a question, and
Well,
things
we'll
are
just have
usually
to
a
do our
little
best.
weird and cryptic. So if we ask something like, "Where did you die?" he might say the cellar.
Or
Like-
this house.
We have to think, the questions have to be kind of decent.
Well, we want to know why he has blood and scales on his hand.
Okay.
If he saw his assailant, although that may not be likely because he was attacked from behind, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
The new information we have, I guess I might have thought that he was killed by someone from the House of Scales, but
Me too.
it turns out this info may mean that he was part of it. Because I think when we encountered them before, we learned that the brand was when you take upon a contract.
Yes.
So we should maybe inquire about the contract.
So that would be 3 questions. Who was the last person he was with, possibly?
Well, why would we ask him that instead of where did you die?
Well, because whoever they were with, like, may have seen who went in that direction with them.
Mm.
And that one's
Weird.
kind of a maybe. I'm not 100% sold on it.
Okay, what questions do we have so far?
So we had we vetoed where did you die, right?
In like those words, probably.
So what's a better way to word it, maybe?
In what room of this house do you remember last being in?
That's pretty good. In which room do you last remember being? Did
That doesn't
you
mean that's
see
where he died,
your
though.
attacker? No, but it's a place to start. Did you see your attacker? Who
Yes.
was your contract?
What if
Wait,
the
who was
answer
your
is yes?
contract, or maybe
What
what
was
was
your
your
contract?
contract?
What was your contract for the house? Yeah.
Yeah, what was your contract for the house?
I mean, we could just make that more or less
We'll make that-
specific and say, like, why are you here? Like, why were you invited? And then build onto it.
So why were you here?
Because he might have
Followed by what was your contract with the House of Scales?
Mm-hmm.
But
Well,
we do also want to know if the blood and scales on his claw is like planted or defensive.
so when we were like walking down here, you guys filled me in on the 15 minutes I missed, I guess.
Yes.
Okay, so I have that knowledge of that stuff. Well,
Okay.
secondhand.
So we have, in which room do you last remember being? Did you see your attacker? Why does your claw have blood and scales on it? Why were you here in the mansion? And what was your contract with the House of Scales, which makes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
Yeah, but what if we ask his blood on the claw?
Whose
then he
blood
replies
is
that-
on your claws? Instead of why?
If he didn't see his assailant, they might say they don't know.
Well, it may not have been his assailant. He may have been fighting somebody and somebody snuck up behind him.
Also true.
So, why do you have blood? And did you see your attacker? Or
Does it
rather-
usually take this long to question the
rather,
dead?
Rather
Well, if he was
murder.
killed from behind while fighting
Did you see a
someone, I think
murderer,
he would still
not
assume the
attacker?
person who he was fighting would be his attacker. Because he wouldn't know about the murderer.
Right, would he necessarily be fighting if the only evidence of his death is a puncture point to the back of the head?
Yeah.
And that's why
So-
my interpretation that the blood and scales may be planted.
So we don't ask if he saw the murderer?
I'm gonna call for a spectral servant.
Okay.
Please retrieve my box of incense.
Is that it?
That's it. I need it for the
Okay.
ritual, or for the spell,
does-
rather.
He does so and brings you a card with the next incremental number, which I think is
36.
35? Or is it 36?
I think it's
Okay.
36.
Okay.
Okay. So I start doing the thing where I light some burning incense and let it kind of waft around, specifically around the body. And
Mhm.
it starts to take form, not from like a wild smoke, but more into like a weird visage of the body just kind of moving around and dancing as it
Okay.
speaks to me.
We'd like to ask the other two guests to exit the room while we perform this ritual as well. Everyone's a suspect.
Sure. I'm under the assumption that I can't... Oh, wait. I clicked the wrong thing to you, by the way, Wolf.
Oh, I was wondering.
For whatever reason. There it is. I'm under the impression only I can, like, talk with it, though. But I can't really tell.
You get of course, it's hard as well. You can ask the corpse.
Right.
And I believe you're the only one who hears a response.
No, you can definitely hear
Hmm.
the responses, but only Udinar can ask the questions.
Okay. So, as it responds, I think it's just basically kind of like the sound of smoke and ash crackling, like in a voice, in different tones.
The corpse itself regains the
It's
semblance
speaking.
of life.
Oh, it's just speaking.
Yes. Give me a moment. I need to pull the book up real quick.
Okay. Which book? Just the handbook?
A book. I've got it.
Okay.
Necronomicon. No.
Yeah. The Book of the Dead.
All right.
Okay.
You should probably put on like my now thought is, what if he only speaks a language you don't know?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe get the helmet of languages.
Yes.
That only lets you read, doesn't it?
No.
I mean,
Yeah.
somebody can wear it.
Comprehend.
I'll ask it.
All right, we call
right.
another servant.
Okay.
Oh, no, wait, we don't need to.
Oh, it's in the hole.
It is in the hole.
Ha!
Ridiculous.
Is you whip out your hole.
Yep.
All right. So who's got the helm? And how are you retrieving it?
I mean, Udinar's what, like 8'12"?
Still a 10-foot drop.
He can like lower himself on the edge, and then
Okay. So you're gonna have Noodles go down and get it. Okay.
he's the tallest.
Okay. So Noodles, you have the helm of comprehend languages.
Okay.
Are you gonna use it?
Yes, I'll use it on myself.
Okay.
Okay.
So you have cast Speak with Dead and Comprehend Languages.
So I will ask the corpse, why do you have blood and scales on your hand?
The corpse gasps back. I reached for the Yuan tea.
Okay, well that changes things.
We don't know what he said.
I mean, I
Uh,
assume he's telling us if we don't understand what
Right
he was
after.
talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Tropos and Udinar both understand what is being said.
Okay.
And I will whisper to the group what he says.
Oh,
Well, they're
wow.
doing
how,
the question.
how helpful Tropos is to translate
Yeah.
for the group.
There you go.
Thanks.
Do we want to ask if it was the Yuan Ti who had killed him? Or why he was...
Why were you here to
Grasping
begin
him.
with?
So what was the question?
Why were you here to begin with?
For trade.
Okay, well, we probably could have guessed that one.
Mm-hmm.
Probably asked about the room.
Yeah, in which room do you last room?
What room do you last remember being in?
Where the fishes fly.
Okay, that's new info.
Does this mean anything to me?
Yes.
Maybe
So
that's
that's
help.
3 questions currently.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So we have 2 remaining.
Yeah, I'll just whisper over to the other group.
So, like, we
but
could
there's
have a
the-
conversation, because this is a 10-minute thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I
it's-
thought it was the one where you're limited to 5 questions with the dead.
Oh, he is limited to 5 questions, but it lasts 10 minutes. You can deliberate based off the answers you receive and determine whether or not you
Oh,
still want to
okay.
add.
Well, there's a 2-story aquarium in here,
Oh,
and
shit.
that could be what he means.
Hmm. I think we should skip the did you see your attacker?
Yeah, do we want to
Yep.
prod more regarding the Yuan Ti?
Like, why
Either
did
that
you
or
reach for
what
the
he was
yuan
here
tea?
for trade for. What the trade was about, because it might have been just a bad trade.
The worst trade deal in the history of trades.
Yeah.
I really think we should ask about his contract with the House of Scales.
Yep.
So,
I agree.
House of Scaled, and then lastly, what were you going to trade?
Well, let's see what we get out of what this
Okay,
contract
we'll
was.
start with the contract.
What was your contract with the House of Scales?
I am not bound by contract with the house.
Well, that's new.
Hmm.
Okay, so our last question can be more about him being here and the murder, about the trade that might have gone through, or more about his relation to the house.
I think
About the
we should
rune.
pursue his trade because that's probably going to be the most
Like over
likely thing.
enveloping thing, maybe.
Yeah. Because if he wasn't here for a contract, then he probably didn't get into a scuffle over trying to collect.
Mm-hmm.
The other option
But everyone's
is that
been secretive about the trade deals going on. So other people might not necessarily know like what trade we're asking about.
or they might not want to tell us. The other option is that since we know it was likely poison, and it was likely poison similar to that I found on the thief from the House of Scales, we could ask about the House of Scales some more, but I don't know what we would ask.
We could ask, why would someone here murder you?
That's probably about as good as it's gonna
That's
get.
not a bad one.
Yeah, that's probably your best bet.
That should have been the opener, maybe.
Yeah, probably.
Jesus. All right, bearing the lead.
We need to read more, you guys.
Okay, so my final question to him will be, why would somebody here want to kill you?
There are an infinite number of reasons.
Ah, fuck.
Why does he
Yeah.
have to be such a dick?
Yeah.
The dead are dicks. It is known.
Yeah. Okay.
The corpse shudders back to death.
Yep.
All right, well, that was helpful.
So,
Good old monkey spa.
mm-hmm.
Okay, so in the interest of time, with not Tropos on a pretty close timer, maybe we should divide and conquer about where we want to go and ask questions. Or do you think it would be more helpful if we all went together? That way nothing gets missed.
Well, we need to question the Yuan-Ti. We need to go investigate the aquarium room.
And we need to ask questions of the Gith commander.
I can answer some of your questions about the Gith, Commander.
What was the year for?
Trade.
Oh, that's very helpful.
Did I not tell you why he was here?
You did. That
Okay.
was just the first time
Okay.
I was getting to it.
Okay.
So trade, so that he could get enough materials to craft a ship capable of traveling across planes.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the ocean. I was worried for a second.
Okay. So I do have a question for you real quick, Tropos. You were following the deceased for part of the evening.
Yes,
When did you lose track of him?
slightly before he was murdered.
Okay, where?
What do you mean where?
Where in the mansion? Where did you last see the deceased alive?
Upstairs.
Upstairs.
In a particular room?
No, not in a room. Upstairs.
What?
Like in
Alright.
like
In a hallway upstairs?
Yeah.
hmm
Okay. Okay. All right, so
Let's say you had just exited the master bedroom.
Yeah,
is
so
this
near
the master bedroom?
bedroom.
What? No.
This puny room.
Is this the room belonging to the deceased?
Who are you asking?
I'm asking Tropos.
Tropos. Not Tropos.
You don't live here.
All
Yeah,
right. Well,
I have no idea.
we need to decide if we're going to split up or not.
How much time do we have left before the hour is up?
That probably took 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So we have about 40 minutes left.
And you guys talked with Tropos for about 5 minutes.
So we have 30.
Yeah.
We have
Probably
40
like half
minutes
hour.
left.
Mm.
You get
What?
We have half an hour left.
And we have 2 hours left.
We're out of
We have
time.
2 hours. We would have had 6 hours if it weren't for you.
So we're working with endless time here.
All right, Udinar and I will go. Well, we probably only need like 2 people per questioning, but I don't want to possibly miss anything in the aquarium room.
Tropos would also know and likely volunteer to the group that any of the house guests are forbidden to interact physically with anything. They are allowed to speak freely amongst themselves, but as the murder happened, they were ordered, and thus a condition of the Geish was added that they can't touch or do anything. So he can only offer knowledge.
I want to investigate this desk down here. It's got papers on it.
Okay, it was a small study. Likely where somebody had borrowed books from the library, as you can see a stack of books on the desk.
So it
No.
doesn't have any trade lists or anything like that on it.
No.
Okay.
You can surmise that most trading here was done verbally. Or telepathically. I also want to point out that getting the Helm of Comprehend Languages totally saved your bacon. That's what I was looking up in the book.
Mm.
All right. Well, let's just all go together, just so nothing gets missed. Let's go interview the Yuan-Ti first, and then the Gith Commander.
All right, we should run
Okay.
then.
All right. You arrive at the Yuan-Ti, who appears to be clutching at his shoulder.
What happened to your shoulder?
The damned Abishai clawed me as he fell.
He clawed you as he fell. So you
Yes.
saw him die then?
We were discussing slave trade, and suddenly he fell forward and his claws raked my scales. I fled to the room to find the host.
Which room were you in at the time?
The aquarium.
Did you see anyone else in the room at the time?
There was nobody else.
Do you?
When I returned with the host, the body was gone.
Mhm.
About how long ago was this event?
Udinar, you feel as though he's telling the truth. A length. I don't possess the ability to tell time, but the body has had enough time to go cold.
Do you have any idea who would have wanted to kill him, and for what reason?
Any member of this group would have reason to kill any other member of this group, but we are bound by Geish not to do so.
Do you have any idea who would go beyond Geish? Any particular hatred that was that deep?
If I possessed the ability to do it, I would do it myself and pull your throat from your body now.
I think he's done
that's
talking with
pleasant.
us.
Yeah.
Well, did you want to ask, do you know what the Abishai had to do with the House of Scales?
That organization is a pity, but no. He is a seer of the house, or was.
What is the seer of the house?
That is not information I deem you worthy of knowing. Really? You?
Well, it's not like he can rip my throat out right now. If I'm ever gonna stick my tongue out at a yuan tea, now would be the time to do it. Okay, so y'all want to go do the Gith Commander now, or do you have anything else to ask?
Would you mind coming with us to the aquarium and showing where you two were standing when the event occurred?
It is a small walkway. Go up the stairs and find the second story. There is no need for my presence. I await the house guests to tend to my wounds.
Okay.
All right. Well, the commander was upstairs anyway, right?
We summon a
That's
servant and ask him to
where it
show
was
us
earlier.
where the commander is.
The commander? The
Are
servant
we going to the
arrives.
commander?
The servant arrives and tells you that he is unsure of the location of the commander at this time.
Who?
What do you mean you're unsure?
I am a single entity of the house. I am unsure of the location of the commander. He is not within the purview of my reach.
Well, talk to the other servants. We gotta find out this information for us. Where is he?
I am bound to exist within this room.
Yeah, but so you go to the edge of a room, you call over another servant.
All right. I guess we'll have to go and find the commander
And
ourselves, unless
Egg
Coco
starts
knows
teaching
where
the
she
servant
is.
about the idea of gossip.
I need to add
Network
I need
of
to add
communication
noodles.
between
Hold
between the servants.
I actually have a question.
on. I have an answer.
The Gase?
Geish.
Are we like physically incapable of hurting each other? Or is it just like an agreement that we're not going to do it?
You are
We-
magically incapable.
Okay. So then I'd bring up, how did the Aisha?
Geish.
No. The
Abishai?
victim. Abishai, yeah, that one. Abishai hurt the Yuan Ti.
Are you asking the Yuan Ti?
No, I'm asking the group.
Oh.
Like, I'm just bringing it up as a point.
Well, he didn't intend to wound.
Would that matter?
Well,
Yes.
from
Out
what
of
the
character.
incubus said, it says you can't draw a weapon, right? So if the intent was not to harm, but to grab him for stability as he fell, then
Or in his death's grasp.
I think it's
Mhm.
more of
Or
a
if you-
thing of you can't under your own will attack somebody. If you're dying and falling, you're not acting out of anything.
Or dead.
Or dead, if
Yeah.
your body
Or
just
dead.
limply falls. Like shit happens.
Maybe the murder weapon was a corpse.
all right, maybe we'll keep that in mind. Okay. So, I guess we have to look for the commander.
If you're going to look for the commander, then yes.
Or do we go to the
What
aquarium?
Is Egg
first?
making any progress with the servants?
I don't think that they fully grasp what it is you're trying to tell them.
How about we ask the host where the commander is?
Would I have any inclination of where he was?
The
You are
last
not
that
the
you know,
host.
right? So the last you know is that he was upstairs.
I would like to ask the host.
What do you ask the host?
I ask the host where the Gith commander is.
An incubus flutters over to you as the host kind of rolls his eyes and looks at you, like side eyes you, and the incubus responds for him, says, "The host was last seen upstairs, ma'am."
You mean the commander was last
Oh,
seen upstairs?
yes, sorry, the commander was last seen upstairs.
Can you take us to the commander?
I don't know where he is. Do your feet not work?
Rude. I'm just gonna go start walking towards the stairs.
Okay. Right, so you guys are. I did move you upstairs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're upstairs. I wanted to make sure that I wasn't the only one sitting here staring at this page.
May I suggest that we split up and look for the commander? In the interest of time?
All right, Udinar and I will go check out the aquarium, and then the three of you go speak with the commander as.
Can I stay with
one of
Udinar?
Sure.
Egg, you and I won't go to the aquarium. I know water makes you nervous.
Makes sense.
So Noodles,
Not when it's in a box.
Tropos, and Beldum go to the aquarium.
Yeah, but
Okay.
it's 2 stories worth of water. That's a lot.
Alright, so where are Petalin and Egg going?
Alright, are there any doors in this hallway?
All the way down to the end.
Okay.
So the doors are here. I don't know if you're zoomed out or not. Here.
Here, let me zoom out. Okay.
Okay. So it's like here, there, here, here. And then on the other side, you got a door here. And over here on the far right, like all the way down the right side, there's 3 different doors. And then there's a door down here.
Okay, Egg, why don't we just go south first?
All right.
Alright. We're gonna go to this first succubus here and ask her if she's seen the Gith commander.
She blushes a little bit as you approach her and gives you a little bit of eyeing and says, "Oh, I'm not sure where he is, but I know where an empty bed is, if you'd care to join me."
I'm gonna glance her up and down and say, oh, very tempting. But I'm afraid I'm a little pressed for time. Perhaps later?
Oh, I can make it quick.
I'm just gonna blush and
Not a no.
Egg! Egg, we're looking. Don't just stand there, come on.
Where'd you go? Oh.
I'm gonna give the
Down.
succubus a wink and then just keep walking.
Okay.
Alright, so go clockwise, start with this door on the right.
Okay.
Sure.
We probably shouldn't startle anyone. Let's knock first.
Egg walks in.
God damn it, Egg!
All right.
Press
you
for
walk-
time here.
All right, you walk in on a pair who are conversing in a language you do not understand. You see one of these. And I believe that this one is... Let's see, so we already did that one. We already did that one. So that means it's... Oh, it should be this one. Okay. Show. All right. You see those?
Yep.
All right. So they're standing in a room that is completely glass. In the center of it is a large, or a somewhat large orb that seems to be suspended in the center by nothing. Both of them are standing a healthy distance from it. There is a door on the opposite side of the room as well.
Well, that's the gay orb. On to the next room.
Egg yells out in Goblin. Either you've seen the Git commanders.
I don't think either one of them speaks Goblin, so they just look at you, and they're like, they kind of do that like bewildered look you up and down, and kind of like shrug and shake their head.
Okay. Egg leaves.
Okay.
Ready to burst into another door.
Alright, burst into this door.
Yep.
No one can harm us! We're invincible!
You're on the upper level of a library. You can see shelves that reach all the way up to the ceiling, and then down below you can see what looks like little bookshelves, some tables with lights on them. And there's people down in the library below.
Since I have dark vision, I'm going to move ahead and just glance around to see if anybody's hiding in the darkness.
Okay, so I'm just going to point out what you can see below. So the, no, not the Nalfishni, which you had already expelled from the bedroom where the corpse was, which I'll pop that one back up. And then there is this lady down below. Oh, and it looks like I have a duplicate, so that one needs to go away. So just her. Now she's conversing with the Nalfishni.
Okay. So, nobody in the library.
Are you percepting or anything? If you're looking
I'm-
for people hiding?
Yes, I should.
So you
Let me
should.
press the button.
So you notice a book that seems slightly out of place on one of the shelves.
Out of place how?
Like
It's like upside down, or it's not dusty? Or...
it's partially pulled out and is like when you look at the books around it, you can tell that it's not where it belongs.
Can I read the title of it?
It is a book on drow poisons.
Oh. I'll take it off the shelf and go over to Egg.
Okay.
There's more light.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd like to kind of flip through it, see if there's any pages that are dog-eared or maybe missing.
So investigate. You don't find anything.
Well, I'll keep this for now.
Okay.
All right. On to the next.
There's also a ladder to your right, which looks like it goes down to the bottom layer of the library.
Okay. Well, we can do
All
that
right.
later if we need.
All right. So let's jump to the aquarium. You guys arrive in what is a truly large aquarium here with several fish inside. And what you notice is that it actually is just like an upside down horseshoe or letter U. And like down below you, you can see that there is a hallway cut out. So it looks like you can access the aquarium from below as well.
I guess I'm not visualizing that properly. So are we like on an upper platform?
I'm gonna move you guys down into the library below just so you can see it. So actually I'm gonna put the people that are in the library down below, or in the aquarium down below. And so give me a second as I move you over. Do you see?
Mm-hmm.
So there's glass above you in the tunnel that you're in.
Oh, so this is a tunnel. I see.
Yes.
So like an arch, basically.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So then at the top, are we just being able to see like the crest of that arch?
No, it fully goes to the ceiling.
Oh, it fully goes to it. Okay.
Yeah, so like this is a viewing area of the aquarium, and then also this is where you would access it if you needed to go feed the fish or add any in.
Oh, okay.
So we probably need to go down if we want to see
I understand.
where he fell.
Yeah,
It could have been here.
Yeah, I'm gonna look around for, I guess, footprints, any scuff marks, anything like that.
Mm.
Blood. I'll look for blood.
Yeah, just blood everywhere.
All right,
Is
so
this door the only entrance into this room?
yes. All right. So Noodles and Tropos taking a look. Tropos, you find, Tropos and Noodles both find some blood nearby. It's not a large amount.
I assume we pointed out to the madam.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where in the room is it exactly?
like over here.
How loud is it in this room?
Well, the complex magic that they have that keeps the aquarium running, it's not deafening, but it's not
Okay.
it's not quiet.
Mm-hmm.
You could have a conversation in here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So if the blood is on that side of the room, and the victim was facing away from the door, based on the wound, the only real place it could have come from is if someone had opened the door and did some sort of ranged method of delivering the poison.
Or at least was very sneaky.
Tropos, as you were looking around, you noticed what, like, within the pool of blood, it looked like there was maybe a partially dissolved soggy noodle.
Yeah.
Huh. I'll,
Thanks to your excellent roll.
yeah. I'll point that out.
And a red scale covered in a thin film of, like, well, I guess it would be blood.
And I can't touch it or anything, right?
Correct. You
Yeah.
can only point it out.
Yeah, I'll take a closer look at it myself. Do you want me to roll investigate or like a medicine?
What are you hoping to learn?
What the hell this soggy noodle is?
That would be investigate.
Okay.
Somebody has a very creaky chair.
That's me. This chair creaks like crazy.
You have never encountered anything like this before.
Okay.
So, like, what length is this soggy noodle?
Like, what? I don't know, maybe a half inch.
And thickness-wise, are we talking like spaghetti, angel hair?
It's soggy and flat.
So, like, linguine?
So, like, a little bit longer than it is wide. Like, imagine you imagine you stepped on an elbow shell that was cut in half. To keep the pasta, metaphors going.
And it's a free fall over the edge there?
Oh no, there's no fall. You can see through the glass.
Oh, I see. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Like, this is a separate viewing area.
Gotcha.
You see up here. You see the fish that swim closer to the surface.
Okay, bear with me. What if the pasta is the murder weapon?
Okay.
It was covered in poison and then shot with such a force to pierce the back of the head.
Okay.
Oh, I could shoot a noodle so fast that it would pierce a head.
It gets your noodle going.
God damn it!
Yeah, let's call
And
that a
it became
backup
soggy
idea.
from the blood
Mm-hmm.
because we have a red scale as well, and the victim was red and scaly.
I don't love it.
All right. I'm going to let you guys continue that train of thought while Petalin and Egg do what they do next.
Okay.
Where are you going?
I think we were continuing down the left-hand side of this hallway.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Door
Okay.
after door.
Oh, wasn't there a door right here?
Yes.
Well,
So you
we should do that one next.
Okay. Hello.
Oh,
It's the Aquarium.
hi, guys.
Have you seen the gift commander?
We
I have
haven't,
before, yes.
but I did find this disturbed book in the library about poisons.
Oh yeah, check this out. It's a noodle.
That would
Oh,
make a
that's-
terrible
Was-
bookmark.
Was the wound on the back of the head by chance the size of this noodle if it were dry?
Perhaps.
Well,
It might
remember
fit.
that this noodle more closely coincides with the tiny little rice grain imprints in the dust that followed the boot prints.
Hmm.
Like little elbow shells following along the boots.
Mm-hmm.
Also, how would you get a noodle through the back of someone's head? Anywho,
Like a
we're off
drill.
to find the commander. Egg?
Onward and
Um,
offward.
Can we go return to the corpse
Okay.
and see if like any scales were missing
I mean, there was obviously a scale missing at the back of the head.
where the puncture was?
Yes.
So if the scale were to fall off, does the scale have a puncture in it?
It does not.
So that means that the trajectory would have had to come from the front in order to pierce through the mouth, come out the back of the head, and knock off the scale.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
The only other person in this room was the Yuan Ti, as per his
Right.
testimony.
And where would he get a gun that only shot noodles?
Should we go ask the kitchen staff if they saw the Yuan Ti in the kitchen at any point?
Probably. Yeah, let's go do
Okay.
that. Hmm.
Okay, so before you guys do that, let's do Egg and Petalins next.
Next room. Margin
Awesome.
inside.
I like that you both went separate ways. It's perfect. Egg, you're back in the library.
Oh, hey,
Um,
I've been in here.
Yeah. Petalin, you step into a room wherein you see... What is that one? Come here. Where are you? Oh, okay. I was like, what the fuck is that? But it was upside down. This one is gonna be... You know it's gonna be... Alright. One of these. Which you might recognize as a hobgoblin.
Oh, hey. Those guys.
Yeah, Egg would definitely recognize what that is. And then the other looks very similar to Tropos, but much older.
Aha!
And is this fellow here.
Egg, you should go get the others.
On it. Egg skedaddles.
Okay. So you catch the others headed toward the stairwell.
We don't have time to
Yo.
talk, Egg. We have to go find some pasta.
We found the gift commander.
Oh, good. Ask him where you get a gun that shoots pasta.
Okay, will do.
I mean, obviously,
I
I'm going to
guess.
go with you to listen in on this. So
Come
I
on,
will
hurry.
I'll go back with
Egg is
Egg.
running everywhere.
Okay, so you guys are going to talk to the Gith commander?
I am, yeah. I want to listen to the answers.
Okay.
I'm going to the kitchen to look at what varieties of pasta they have.
And Tropos?
I'm sticking with
Madame Beldam?
no,
No? Oh, Udinar.
Udnar, because I can't see in the dark,
Ah,
but Gith can,
yeah,
and it would be a problem if I walked into a wall.
right. I would argue that for the same reason that we determined that you get the language, that I think you would be able to see in the dark.
I will not argue against it.
Because that's something that they would know. Now, you're not going to gain any, none of the statistical abilities of the race, but if they have dark vision, then you could probably see in the dark.
Okay, yeah, then that's fine.
And we'll run that for this session, and then I'll do some digging on your class specifically to see if that's been answered before.
Got it.
All right. So you go with Madame Beldam. Or do you want to go with Udinar still?
No, that's fine. I'll go with the madam.
Okay. Because they're not carrying a torch, are they? Oh, no. Udinar is lit. That's right.
Yep.
He's lit, fam.
Totes lit.
Yep.
All right. So you step into what looks like a study. You can see a large plushy cushy couch. There's a little chair in the corner. There's a couple of shelves of books, a table in the center, and a large glass window that overlooks what looks to be the forest out, beyond. The Hobgoblin and Gith Commander are in this room, and we're having a conversation in Goblin as you entered. Egg, you heard mention of slaves to power the magical oars, but as you entered, they hastily ceased their conversation and turned to look at you. You were addressed in common. How can we assist you, travelers and investigators, to find a just resolution to this terrible evening?
We understand that you, Commander, found the body,
I did.
and you found it in the cellar?
I did.
What were you doing down there?
Retrieving a bottle of wine.
Are there any bottles of wine in the room?
No.
Did you retrieve the wine?
I did no such thing. When the body was found, I hastily alerted one of the house servants, retrieved the body, and alerted the host. That damnable squid creature.
Squid creature.
Yes.
Whoa. Did you know the deceased?
To the best of your ability, you know that he's telling the truth. Did he know? I know nothing of the Abishai. In fact, he was the first I'd ever seen.
Do you have any idea why someone would have killed him here?
I can tell you right now that there are an infinite number of reasons for anyone at this group to want to kill anyone else, but the Geish prevents us from doing so.
So I've heard.
If I could, the host would lay dead now. Despicable, vile being.
If you find him so distasteful, then why are you here?
As
We
I have
understand that you can't come without an invitation.
My invitation stood because I am a bearer of great and magical and powerful items of sale or trade. This is an open invitation that happens once annually. And I would be a fool to decline the invitation, despite my distaste for the host.
I'm just taking some notes.
I guess the Hobgoblin, if he knew the Abishal.
The Abishai? No.
Abishai.
No.
So, you discovered the body, told a servant, then went down to collect the body, and then moved it to that bedroom that it's in currently.
I moved it to the center. I moved it to the foyer, and the host asked me to place it in the bed.
So that it was out of the way.
I don't know the motives of a creature such as that. I wouldn't dare to presume.
Why didn't
That
you go
rolls
back
for
down
the
for a bottle of
hobgoblin.
wine after you moved the body?
What was that, Egg?
That roll was for the hobgoblin.
You get the feeling that he's maybe not telling you everything he knows.
Hmm.
And what was your question, Petalin?
I asked the commander why he didn't go back down for a bottle of wine after he moved the body.
Well, the spirit of the party had been ruined. Trade deals were no longer going to be conducted when everybody here was potentially going to be a suspect in a murder case that ends in the death of he who committed it.
So no one's doing any more trading this evening.
Discussions are happening, but nothing's being penciled.
Hmm.
What were you two talking about?
Trade, of course.
What kind of trade?
That's none of your concern.
Got me there. You sure you didn't know the Abishai? Egg leans into the hobgoblin.
No, I'd never seen him before.
So you wouldn't know anything about his connection to the House of Scales?
He looks down at his feet and over at the commander a moment before very quickly shaking his head. Nothing about that.
I'm rolling insight on that.
You get the feeling that he's not telling you everything he knows, or that he's at least not being truthful.
Hmm.
Hey, Egg, I'm gonna pull you in to just whisper something to you.
All right.
And then, as I do so, I cast that on you.
Okay.
And I just say, push for more answers. I just wanted basically to get you there to cast that on you.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So he pulled you in and went. Pss, 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 pss,
Yeah, pretty much.
But you feel the magical glow of guidance, which by this point you're familiar with.
Yeah. So it's like, leans into the hobgoblin and tries to ask her quietly.
This
"Should we
is
speak
where-
alone.
Yeah, this is this is an opportunity to use deception or persuasion.
Yeah. I want to try and persuade
Ah.
him.
Okay. Don't forget to turn your bless on.
Yeah.
Guidance.
Or guidance, not bless. Who's the mic breather? Who's a breathing mic?
Well, I was moving the mic.
No, somebody keeps going. I'm gonna watch now. I'll know.
No, you're
I'll know.
supposed to talk.
Anyway. So
All right.
guidance.
So that's
You just
All
roll
right.
it. You just slash R1d4.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, everybody knows that you were guided well. No, as
What?
as you. Oh no, it's because you didn't do /GM roll. But so you lean in and you want to see if he'll talk elsewhere.
Yep.
He's like, no, I couldn't. I have very important things to discuss with the commander. Please be on your way. I didn't know the Abishai.
Since he's a male, can I have what's it? Can I have proficiency in deception since I read that seduction book?
I don't know how much you've read of it, so roll a percentile die for me.
That's a D10.
/ GM roll D100.
Okay. I don't know how to do that.
/ GM roll D100. That's literally that.
Okay, fine. Oop. Nope.
GM roll is
Wrong
one word.
button.
It's in the D&D chat. There you go. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. I said what? Deception, right?
I don't know. What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to flirt with him so he'll give us the answers we want.
Oh, that'd be persuasion.
Damn. Fine. Persuasion it is then.
But you can have advantage on it.
Woo! Okay. Advantage. DGM. Already used my guidance boop. Okay. Persuade.
So tell me how this happens.